The Naples Zoo at Caribbean Gardens began as a garden long before it became a place for lions and giraffes, and its story reads like a series of thoughtful reinventions driven by people who loved plants, animals, and the idea that visitors could leave wiser and more curious than when they arrived. In 1919, botanist and ornithologist Henry Nerling bought the property and planted what would become a remarkable tropical collection after a disastrous freeze that damaged his earlier garden. His plantings and early layout created the foundation of the site's lush landscape. But after Nerling's death, the gardens fell into neglect for decades. In the 1950s, Julius Fleischmann Jr. revived the place and opened it to the public as Caribbean Gardens, adding lakes, pathways, and a spectacular collection of palms, flowering trees, and water birds that made the site a beloved local attraction.
Are you showing off? Big boy.
The next chapter began when Colonel Lawrence Jungle Larry Tetzlaff and his wife, Nancy Safari Jane, visited the gardens while looking for winter quarters for their traveling animal collection. The Tetzlaffs, already known nationally for their animal shows and educational programs, brought animals to the Caribbean Gardens, and on September 1st, 1969, the property opened with both exotic animals and the historical botanical garden in place. What started as a seasonal animal exhibit gradually evolved into a permanent zoological and conservation institution as the Tetzlaffs invested in animal care, visitor experiences, and educational programming. Under the Tetzlaffs, the attraction matured from a quirky roadside garden with animals into a formally organized zoological institution. In 2001, the facility earned accreditation from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the AZA, a milestone that signaled higher standards in animal welfare, conservation, and education. Facing uncertainty about the ownership of the land in the early 2000s, the community took action. A county referendum in 2004 approved public purchase of the property, and in 2005, governance shifted from the family to a nonprofit board to ensure the zoo's long-term future. Today, the Naples Zoo at Caribbean Gardens is a unique hybrid, a working AZA-accredited zoo set inside a historical botanical garden that continues to emphasize conservation, education, and immersive experiences. Visitors will stroll beneath towering tropical trees and encounter exhibits designed to engage families and school groups. The primate expedition cruise that skirts islands of primate habitat, giraffe feedings, alligator demonstrations, keeper talks, and a strong emphasis on species protection and field conservation partnerships. The organization presents itself as both a steward of the 100-year-plus garden legacy and an active participant in global conservation efforts. The zoo's path has not been without challenges. Like many institutions that balance public access with animal safety, it has faced difficult incidents and learned from them as it tightened safety protocols and reinforced staff training. Leadership today has continued the Tetzlaff's original mission to inspire appreciation for wildlife while adapting to contemporary expectations for animal care, conservation science, and community engagement. If you visit now, you'll find layers of that history woven into the experience. Narrowling's botanical vision in the mature groves and lakes, Fleischmann's public garden design, and Jungle Larry and Safari Jane's legacy in the zoo's commitment to animal education. It's a place where a century of plants meets decades of animal stewardship, a living story that keeps being written by staff, volunteers, and the visitors who come to learn and be inspired.
Cheyenne also helped monitor some of the camera traps, the remote camera traps that are monitoring wildlife here in Florida, and that's part of FSTOP Foundation's work. So if you haven't seen FSTOP Foundation, they're over near the boardwalk.